when talking in front of many people.
Agree a little.
Okay. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination.
That's a different. Disagree a little, I guess.
Okay. You worry too much about what other people think.
Not at all. Totally disagree.
If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center.
Totally disagree.
You have a tendency to procrastinate until there is not enough time to do everything.
Agree, middle.
Okay. You feel very anxious in stressful situations.
Agree a little.
You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful.
I agree, totally.
You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things, like books, arts, or movies. So, you understand what ambiguous is? Different. So things that other people may not be interested in, or things that are
I totally
different.
agree.
You often take initiative in social situations.
Totally agree.
Okay. Let's see what the results are. So, your personality type is protagonist. And they have a personality that's called ENFJ J-A. So you are 88% extroverted, and that's your mind trait. The energy, you're 55% intuitive. Your nature,
So 20 and 45% observant.
yep. So 45% observant. You're 78% feelings. That's your nature. Your tactics, and it's going to have a lot more detail at the bottom. You're 57% judging, 43% prospecting. Identity, you're 82% assertive. And
I need to screenshot this.
I'll email it to you.
Okay.
So everything you do right now ripples outward and affects everyone. Your posture can shine your heart or transmit anxiety. Your breath can radiate love or muddy the room in depression. Your glance can awaken joy. Your words can inspire freedom. Your every act and open hearts and minds. Can open hearts and minds. So that says you're very influential. Protagonists are natural-born leaders full of passion and charisma. Forming around 2% of the population, they are oftentimes our politicians, our coaches, and our teachers, reaching out and inspiring others to achieve and to do good in the world. With a natural confidence that begets influence, protagonists take a great deal of pride and joy in guiding others to work together to improve themselves and their community.
That is so mean. That is so mean. That is so mean.
So let's see what else they have.
Do I get all that?
I'm going to email it to you.
Okay. Wow.
Firm believers in the people. People are drawn to strong personalities, and protagonists radiate authenticity, concern, and altruism, unafraid to stand up and speak when they feel something needs to be said. They find it natural and easy to communicate with others, especially in person, and they're intuitive, which was one of the traits, helps people with protagonist personality type to reach every mind, be it thought, through facts and logic or raw emotion. Protagonists either see people's motivations in seemingly disconnected events and are able to bring these ideals together and communicate them as a common goal with an eloquence that is nothing short of mesmerizing. What do you think about that so far?
I think it's mean.
Think it's you?
It's putting me in mind of the show I went to for Lampoon last night, the Burleson show, and my band.
In your band. So that kind of touches.
And not only that, not to mention I spoke to them last night about the organization I'm trying to start too.
So that community organization you spoke of, kind of, it's in here a little bit. So the interest protagonists have in others is genuine. So that means the way you look at others is real. You see them for themselves as genuine, almost to a fault. When they believe in someone, they can become too involved in the other person's problem, place too much trust in them. Luckily, this trust tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. As protagonists, authenticity inspires those they care about to become better themselves. But if they aren't careful, they can overextend their optimism, sometimes pushing others further than they are ready or willing to go. Is that you? You can think of some situations in your life where that's you? Okay. Let's see what else it says. Protagonists are vulnerable to another's snare as well.
I feel like I'm sitting here with Sylvia.
They have a tremendous capacity for reflecting on and analyzing their own feelings. But if they get too caught up in another person's plight, they can develop a sort of emotional hypochondria, seeing other people's problems in themselves, trying to fix something in themselves that isn't wrong. If they get to a point where they are held back by limitations someone else is experiencing, it can hinder protagonists' ability to see past the dilemma and be of any help at all. When this happens, it's important for protagonists to pull back and use that self-reflection to distinguish between what they really feel and what is a separate issue that needs to be looked at from another perspective.
That's my time.
That's your what?
My time right now.
Yeah, what's going on? So you
This
see
is everything that's going on right now in the past 6 months. This is crazy.
So this, you feel like this here is kind of telling you your personality and how your life is kind of playing out right now?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's not shocking because you said it to the C, that's how I feel. That's how I feel to the C.
Can you give me an example?
I would like to give you a really good one, but I can't give it to you on tape. But the friend thing, how I look or speak to someone, like all that stuff is really true.
So you have friends that you kind of